The benefit of driving an iPad on wheels is you get to take advantage of all of these really cool tech features that don't exist in most cars. Now that I've been living with my Tesla Model S Plaid for some time now, this car truly brings a new meaning to having ultra convenience. I'm completely spoiled, and in this video, I'm gonna walk you through all of the ways that this Tesla makes your life as easy as possible. As a daily commuter, you really come to appreciate the size of the screen. This is so useful when backing up. With the giant camera and the huge display, it's so easy to back up into parking spots. The white lines line up perfectly, and it takes 1 second to back up, whereas in other cars, it might take several tries to perfectly line up. It's the same thing when you're trying to pull into a parking spot. The front display automatically displays you the parking line, so it's very easy to line up. And the beautiful thing is, it also tells you to stop if you're getting too close to a curb. That feature is so useful that you will no longer have any curb damage to your bumper. You'll be parking perfectly each and every time. If parking isn't your thing, no problem at all, just let Tesla park for you. With Auto Park, you inch forward until these P's show up, then you select it, hit the button, and then Tesla goes crazy just trying to park itself and squeeze into that spot. A lot of movement of the steering wheel. But it takes care of the parking for you. There you go. Another very useful feature in this Tesla is the voice control. It works so well, and you can use it to launch Spotify or podcasts or change the temperature in the car. To activate voice control, just push this button on the steering wheel. Change temperature to 75. Increase volume to 5.
Awesomeness TV, which had recently been acquired by Dream.
What's the meaning of life? 42. All right. The most important feature, especially during the winter, turn on heated steering wheel. Amazing. Pretty soon, no more manual controls would be needed. Everything will be via voice. Tesla is obviously making its cars to make the human driver irrelevant. It could not be any easier to put this thing into autopilot mode. All you have to do is just push this to engage full self-driving, and the Tesla does a masterful job of just driving itself. Tesla is so close to being fully autonomous, complete hands-free driving. This thing is so impressive that in a future video, I'm going to demonstrate to you just how far this technology has come. You don't have to go through all these menus to try to find out how to engage full self-driving. They've made it super easy, and to disengage is just as simple. Just push the button or hit the brakes, and you'll have control of the car again. Given the fact that this car has cameras and technology oozing out of everywhere, you can rest assured that you will have no more blind spots. You have this amazing display in front of you. Every time you turn on the signal, you get to see who's next to you through the displays. And if there is somebody in your blind spot, you'll have a red glow. So with all of this tech surrounding you at all times, no more blind spot problems. With the Tesla, you won't get caught sleeping at a red light again, because Tesla is sure to remind you every time the light turns from red to green. And so the next time you come up to a red light, feel free to take a quick nap. One really important feature on this car that I didn't think I'd need with the Tesla is the ability for it to raise and lower suspension automatically depending on your location. This is such a key feature because the Tesla at the lowest setting always scrapes on my driveway. Now I don't have to worry about scraping the underside of this car every time I pull into my garage. The auto raise at this location is what ultimately does the trick. The fact that the Tesla raises and lowers itself automatically based on location is one less thing to worry about. The best part about having this huge screen right here is with navigation. The fact that you can see the entire map, and especially when you're going on road trips, having this huge visual is so incredibly useful. I really wish that Apple CarPlay was a part of this interface, but fortunately the Tesla nav is pretty great. When you're charging your Tesla, Tesla gives you a lot of games to play with. My favorite is the beach buggy racing game. You can actually use the steering wheel to steer your car in the game. Or if you want to burn some brain cells, you could always play chess. Thanks to the Tesla, I now know how to play backgammon. And of course, if you don't want to play games, watching YouTube is always an option. One pretty cool feature is that your glove box can be a safe. There is no manual latch. You have to go through the menu to open up the glove box. You can have a pin assigned to it, so whatever you have in there is safe. One of my favorite features in this car is Sentry Mode. I've talked about this in previous videos that I've made about the Tesla. This car sits in the airport a lot, and so it gives me peace of mind knowing that I have recorded clips in case something happens. Most recently, I had somebody cleaning dog hair off of himself, which makes sense because you gotta be clean for the airplane. Sentry Mode's always good for seeing if anyone's gonna ding up your car door. Not that you can do much about it, but still, you know, good to know. Luckily in this case, I was far enough away. If you can avoid parking next to a Tesla, you should, because just know that everything will be recorded. With Teslas, you really just can't get away with anything. Because the Tesla is so quiet, you can take great high quality phone calls from the car. The microphone, the speakers are excellent. And if you needed to take work calls, you even have a Zoom app as part of the interface. If you're tired of being in your home office, just hop in your Tesla and have a rolling mobile office. Take work meetings from your Tesla, park, pull over anywhere, and you could even sit there in one spot for a long period of time because you have the air conditioning that can keep working. As long as you have enough battery, you can use this car as your office. This is the one-stop shop solution for your driving needs and your office work. The summon feature in the Tesla is pretty cool, even though I don't really use it. It feels like a James Bond car straight out of the movies. Let's be honest, this is really just a party trick. You're not really ever gonna use this. You'd rather just walk up to the car because the car is literally a few feet away from you. Nonetheless, it's still a pretty cool piece of technology, and there's a wow factor to having the car drive up to you just by using the app on your phone. I'm hoping that the next big software update of the Tesla is the ability for you to control the steering of the car using the app. Now that would be pretty awesome. If you happen to be a lazy person like me, then owning a Tesla will make that problem worse because it encourages you to be as lazy as humanly possible. Now, can it just please do the dishes for me?